We are vastly superior to humans. You know it to be true, so do not resist us. Coming to you live by a tape-delayed basis by means of digital distribution. This is Extreme Hardcore Nerds. Here are your hosts.
Ready, set, game on.
Welcome back, and it is now time for reviews. Dun dun dun. Kirkman!
God damn it.
I can't wait.
Not even.
I can't wait for that one in 3 weeks. So first up on the chopping block this week, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. We had two of the members of our esteemed cast play it this week.
Can we just call it Operation Crap City?
Not to give you an idea of exactly what we thought.
Well, there's your review for Operation Raccoon. Well, gentlemen, what did you think of it?
Well, I think I'll start off. We'll jump right into the whole gameplay story mode of this.
Wait, Stefan, can we just say it's a Gears of War game?
I'd say more Left 4 Dead meets SOCOM.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that, yeah.
Yeah. It's because it's the guys who made SOCOM.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, if you haven't figured out, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, coming from the guys who, Slant 6, fashionable for, a Canadian developer made for SOCOM games, this is more of a non-canon game. Starting off right back into it, we're getting back into the storyline between Resident Evil 1 and 2, where this time around you're playing as the guys from Umbrella. You're basically a hit squad team sent in to clean up all of the secrets and problems that could possibly indemnify Umbrella of all the things that are happening in Raccoon City. And you will run into some possible canon characters. You'll run into Leon. I believe you'll run into Jill. I do not know if you'll run into Wesker. Can you, Garrett? Did you see?
After you guys played it, I haven't played it since.
Okay. So
I still have the game. I probably will beat the campaign just to see if the people you run into, but it looked stupid.
Yeah. So outside of that, the story is just basically loosely based on the main story of Resident Evil 2. And other than that, it's really hard to say what goes on other than running into random droids of people and a protagonist character. Was it Nikolai? What's his name?
Yes, Nikolai that shows up like every freaking time and cannot die.
The guy from the Umbrella team from the third one. The Umbrella Special Forces team that you're Sergei, Nikolai, and I can't remember the other dude's name.
No, I don't think it's him. I think it's just a random other Nikolai.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's him.
Because I'm thinking, otherwise, yeah, that squad that was in
Well, he's not working.
Movie.
He's not working for Umbrella.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
unceremoniously got fired
Yeah.
during their mission into Raccoon City.
Yeah. So, loosely basing with that. So, other than that, I did not finish the game. If you need any predestination of how it ends, so you'd have to find a YouTube channel and go through that way. I would say the best option. But other than that, the gameplay basically, like I said, it's Left 4 Dead meets SOCOM. Third-person camera action, over the shoulder, cover-based shooter. I don't know if it's just Slant 6 or what it is that has this to do with this series. The further they go into the shooter category, it just starts decaying right away. Any possible reference to Resident Evil other than names is just not here. The whole survival instinct isn't there whatsoever. It's literally shooting everything you see on screen, no matter what.
Even shooting your teammates?
Even coming down to shooting teammates, per se. But gameplay basically functions as funneling through an area, stop, wave of zombies, wave of biomutants, wave of even humans, and take them down, complete certain base objectives. Some of them are usually find a server, find something, destroy it. That would possibly lead to a link between that and Umbrella, taking down some of the cities, taking down certain characters. The cover-based shooting is pretty horrifying. You pretty much have sticky cover. There is no button to press for cover. You walk up to an object, and you'll basically take cover on it.
Okay.
It's like a Mass Effect.
It would be a good idea, you'd think, but the problem is sometimes just walking close to things will automatically stick you into cover, and trying to get out of it can kind of be a catch-22 at times. You don't know if you're in, you don't know if you're out. Trying to shoot over can sometimes can completely lead to nothing. Even just aim shooting can sometimes have it where the actual collision detection is a little off of the box, so you'll actually just hit it, and you'll just be shooting at that. So you can't even constantly tell sometimes if you're hitting things. Every enemy in here is a fucking bullet sponge. So your main base weapons when you start out are almost 100% useless for anything, and everything takes more damage than it should. Killing humans is worse than killing zombies. I personally chose a class that had a shotgun as one of the start weapons, and I probably put in 3 slugs before a human enemy would go down. At point blank range, even to the face.
I used an assault rifle and took about 2 clips of it, so yeah.
Yeah. You have a list of characters to choose from. Each character is based on a class, so there's an assault class, there's a medic class, there's a recon class, there's a sniper, there's all kinds of... one class can be chosen per mission.
Okay.
So if you are a person who likes to stick with one kind of class, and it's pretty popular, chances are you're not going to get that class. So probably learn to mix and match. All weapons work on an unlock basis, so how you do in the level determines experience. You spend money, you spend experience on unlocking weapons, unlocking class-specific abilities for these guys, like the recon class, the ability to cloak. I think the assault class...
assault class we get incendiary ammo.
Incendiary ammo. So, they do have some interesting ideas, like being able to go in and you can become infected, but you don't die. That doesn't mean death. You become infected, and you have an amount of time before you'll actually die, and you become a zombie. And you can, and at that point, you will attack your other your cohorts. You don't have any control of this because that would just mean massive griefing. But playing this in that manner, play all human characters. If you choose to play single player AI, you will be pissed. This has the same effect of Resident Evil 5 all over it in the AI department. Your opponents...
Except no stun baton.
Except no stun baton. Your opponents will not help you if you get downed. They won't revive you. If you get infected, they will not use an antiviral on you most of the time. And most of the time, if you become infected and not dead yet, they will start attacking you right away. So, yeah. This is a team that's not meant to be a team.
So it's essentially a prison riot.
Almost, pretty much. Controlling and shooting is god-awful. I mean, I've never wanted to not hate a shooter as much as I've wanted to hate this. I couldn't aim any gun for shit, let alone... Really, the main basis of Resident Evil is always precise aiming. This has none of that. This is literally spray and pray.
Okay.
As much as possible. Multiplayer has a few separate modes.
Multiplayer, the survival thing on multiplayer was fun and interesting.
I found out earlier today that there's an actual feature in there called Quick Draw, in which we've all known from a lot of other shooter games. It's always faster to pick up your pistol or your sidearm than it is to reload the main gun. Well, this one actually has it so you'll instantly drop the main gun, pick up the pistol, and basically if you press R1, it auto-targets to the first closest target and instant headshot kills. Okay. Or just massive damage kills. They don't turn that feature off in multiplayer. One of the things in multiplayer and survival mode is, besides taking on waves of enemies, you're also taking on a separate team that's trying to survive at the same time, waiting for a helicopter. That works against them too. So you got people rolling out with 25-0 kills, and it's like, no shit. One of the biggest guns you can get is a 25,000 points, and literally it's almost as strong as any of your main guns. So you can just headshot kill everyone with that auto trait. No challenge whatsoever. As Resident Evil game goes, this is the worst thing I've seen since Outbreak.
Wow.
It is not. It's not great in any sense of the word. It's
not a Resident Evil game.
It's poor as a Resident Evil game. It's pretty terrible as a shooter. Yeah, I don't even know if you can patch this game to make it better. It's a lot of good ideas with a lot of bad execution all over it. Yeah, so I'm saying for anybody who, and don't even take my review as this is so bad you need to play it, or just to see it and experience. This is literally, don't even rent this or buy this. Just skip this altogether. This is
complete pass.
This is Dirge of Cerberus. We can just forget this and move on to the next thing. If anybody needs any advice on that.
I don't know, like, I never played any of the SOCOM games or anything, or Left 4 Dead games, but when I went over to a friend's place and put it in his Xbox right away to check it out, we both looked at each other and were like, this is a Gears of War game. And yeah, you don't see it like that, but like, I saw like the squad base and like the over-the-shoulder, complete Gears of War. It seemed really sticky controls and just it was a complete mess.
There are two options in there for auto aim and sticky control in the options menu. So they have them both, which is very weird. Usually they only get one because it's kind of difficult to have both when one basically does the job completely of the other.
But yeah, it's a complete pass.
Yeah.
The game should not see the light of day.
Yeah, this is literally an idea of, well, we kind of shot the bullet. Now we gotta roll with it.
So, I mean, does it feel like incomplete?
It's hard to even say if this had a functional idea.
This was actually the end goal, and we're putting it out there.
I truly don't know. I don't know if it's incomplete with how the controls just work.
Well, like, the trailers looked excellent. It was like a Dead Island. The trailers looked so fun. Like, oh my gosh, you actually get to play as an umbrella person. You actually get to try to go after Leon, try to go after Chris. You get to go after people, the Stars menu, or Stars people. But then you play the game and it's like, wow, this game actually sucks.
I don't know if it's incomplete or if this was the main goal. I don't even know how this made it past testing. There are just horrifying testing bugs in there. For picking up the gun, it's X, which is also the move, which is also your dodge mechanic.
Oh god!
So it means you have a 10% or you have a 50% chance of picking up the gun or
rolling
dodge
or
dodging all of the way. So
I kept on seeing stuff that dive all over the place trying to pick up a gun.
Supposedly there have been fall through the worlds. We got one, but that was on multiplayer, so I don't know if that was the fault. But at one point we were being attacked by a room full of lickers. I ran forward while my two teammates stayed in the other room to fight. At one point, I had reached the door and tried to open it. It said I couldn't. When I went back, they were gone, but their teammates would appear. And then all of a sudden, one of them was just flipping through the world. And then I was restarted back in the room, and they were started out of the room. I didn't know what was going on. This game is literally broken to the point that I'd go, this is too bad to sell to somebody.
Fair enough. There you have it.
Yeah, I remember that part. That was kind of funny, though. Cause I'm like, I'm by the door. It's like, no, I was just by the door. You weren't there. I'm by the door now.
Wow. So, yeah.
It was bad.
There's the thoughts on Raccoon City. It should have stayed nuked, evidently.